Let's get into talks though on another guy that's a big part of the future of the Giants here, and that's Jaxson Dart, guys. Because the Giants have been commenting on the plan to go ahead and develop Jaxson Dart. And listen, that's been a big topic of conversation ever since draft day. We traded up to go get him. Let's be honest here that Giants fans are nervous, guys. Let's be very frank. We are nervous about this team messing up the development of Jaxson Dart. This team has not really had a great, track record of developing players over the last couple of years. It's very safe to say how many players we've seen go elsewhere and play better. It's the truth. Just gonna say because it's the truth. So, it's nice to see them at least talking about it and saying some good things here. Brian Daboll said the process of developing a quarterback is just that. So we're going to do everything we can to develop him and bring him along. I don't expect him to know everything right off the bat. It's a hard position to play, a hard position to coach, but he has the traits that we look for and covet in a guy to be able to learn and grow. So his expectations coming in is just to improve every day, soak it up like a sponge, learn from the coaches, learn from the veteran quarterbacks in the room, try to improve every day he can in terms of his understanding of the system. And then once we get on the field, the physical part of it, that's what we're looking for from him right now, is to grow each and every day with a positive mindset. And I think he has the tools physically and mentally to do that. So listen, typical Brian Daboll. To be very frank, Brian Daboll talks to the media. He says a lot of fancy words, but doesn't give you a damn thing. Like, really, what did I just say? We like him. We got to develop him. That's basically what he said. It's not giving you much there. Now, Joe Schoen, on the other hand, Joe Shade went ahead and gave some additional information here. He said, "We traded for him. We're ecstatic to have him. We've got he's got a lot of makings of a good quarterback, and there's a long way to go. There's a developmental process that he's going to have to go through. And again, these offenses are not easy to learn, and the execution has to be at a high level. He's in a really good spot where he can come in and sit behind a couple of veteran quarterbacks and learn, and doesn't have to be thrown out there right away. I think from a developmental standpoint, the ability to grow, I think it's a perfect situation for a young quarterback. Now, obviously, you got the the end of this week here. You got the it's coming up here on Friday, Saturday, the rookie mini camp here for this weekend. He's going to get, let's be honest, guys, he's going to get all the reps pretty much there on that. There, I think he's the only really quarterback I've heard of even coming into this camp here. So that just shows you their dedication to getting him as much reps as possible to get a good, physical read on what he can or can't do and what they got to learn here, what they got to teach him. So during the OTAs, that was talked about. Listen, that's coming up here, obviously, in a couple months. That's going to change some things there because all the quarterbacks are there. The 4 quarterbacks that we have on the roster right now, 3 of them were not here last year. They're all going to need time, guys, to learn this offense. They're all going to need times to get, clicking here with the players. Joe Shane said, we'll have a plan for that, and we're working through that. We kind of did a little bit at Buffalo with Josh in terms of the initial plan of how we wanted to approach it and the reps that we needed to take and the things we wanted to see him do. Jaxson will get a fair amount of reps with the 3s, and maybe you'll see him in there, sprinkle him in when he doesn't even know he's supposed to go in there, just to see how he reacts being in a different atmosphere. He won't know when or why, and then continue to work with the 2 older guys. That's a little bit odd there. I mean, like, he won't know when. You just told him. This would be a surprise to him when we throw him in randomly in the OTAs. Well, no, because you just freaking said it. Like, everyone's like, "Durr." Like, but again, I do like the fact that there is an actual plan for him. I don't like the fact that throwing the Josh Allen thing around, because again, I think Josh Allen gets the credit for Josh Allen until otherwise. Joe Shane, we don't know what hand he had in the Josh Allen thing. Brian Daboll never developed a single quarterback besides Josh Allen. So, it's this is a chance for them to show what they can do, point blank. And, it's a big move for not just the Giants, but a big move for these 2 guys' careers. Obviously, Jaxson Dart's career is too as well. So, again, I just like the fact that there is a plan. I like the fact that they seem to, understand you can't rush him. You know, I don't want it. God forbid something horrible happens to this team and they go 0-4. I don't want them just throwing him in. You know, that's you know, you can't just do that. You know, throw him in towards the end if you want for a little bit to see what you got. But you got to let this kid sit, learn, relax, become an NFL quarterback. You can't just throw him to the wolves. That doesn't work out very well usually. Not for a guy that honestly needs work. Like I said, he's got the physical tools, but you saw a lot you didn't like in college too as well. A lot of the reads, you know, a lot of the the NFL style offense elements that just weren't part of the offense there at Ole Miss. So he needs the time. And I'm glad that the Giants do seem to recognize that. I just hope they remember that throughout the season as well. So
if you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.